Please stand.
Right here, baby. Sun's blinding her. I'm right here, baby.
Now you can see it. Look. Thank you. That didn't go as planned, but it's okay.
You nervous to coming out, huh?
Like I wanted. Look, it
I'm
goes.
surprised I got a new dress.
You didn't take your engagement ring off. Forgive me.
No, it's okay. I know. I thought about that. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fantastic.
Y'all may be seated.
Sorry about all that.
Well, you know you're supposed to wait till the end
Yeah, I
to
know.
kiss it.
Well,
you kind
I
of
can't help
jumped the
myself.
gun. Well, welcome, family and friends and loved ones. We gather here today to celebrate the wedding of Jaimie and Danny. You have come here to share in their formal commitment they make to one another, to offer your love and support to this union, and to allow Jaimie and Danny to start their married life, surrounded by people who are dearest and most important to them. So welcome to y'all who have traveled near and far. Jaimie and Danny, thank you for your presence here today, and now ask for your blessing, your encouragement, and your lifelong support for their decision to be married. Marriage is perhaps the greatest and most challenging adventure of all human relationships. No ceremony can create your marriage, only you can do that. And you do it through love and through patience, through dedication and perseverance, through talking and listening, helping and supporting and believing in each other, through tenderness and laughter, through learning to forgive and learning to appreciate your differences, and by learning to make the important things matter and let the rest just go. What the ceremony can do is to witness and affirm the choice you've made to stand together as life mates and partners. Will you, Danny, take this woman to be your wedded wife?
I do.
Right answer. Will you, Jaimie, take this man to be your wedded husband?
Absolutely.
Very good. Now I'm going to share with you a little reading by a guy named Robert Fulghum. And it may reflect some of the things that you might remember in your relationship as it develops. So I want you to listen. You have known each other from the first glance of acquaintance to this moment of commitment. At some point you decided to marry. From that moment of yes to this moment of yes, indeed you've been making commitments in many informal ways. All of those conversations that were held in a car, or over a meal, or during long walks. All those conversations that began with when we're married and continued with I will and you will and we will. All those late night talks that included someday and somehow and maybe. All of those promises that are unspoken matters of the heart. All these common things and more are the process of a wedding. The symbolic vows that you're about to make are a way of saying to one another, you know all those things that we promised and hoped and dreamed? Well, I meant them all, every word. Look at one another and remember this moment in time. Before this moment, you've been many things to one another. You've been acquaintances, friends, companions, lovers, dancing partners, even teachers, because you've learned much from one another during the time you've been together. Shortly, you shall say words that will take you across the threshold of life, and things between you will never quite be the same. For after today, you shall say to the world, this is my husband, this is my wife. Now, two people don't live in isolation. Their love is a source of strength which they nourish not only each other, but also the world around them. And in turn, we, their community of friends and family, have a responsibility to this couple. By our steadfast care, respect, and love, we can support their marriage and the new family they're creating today. Will y'all rise again? I don't have to ask the guy cooking hot dogs. Okay, but he's listening. Will you who are present here today surround Danny and Jaimie in their love, offering them the joys of your friendship and supporting them in their marriage? If so, say with enthusiasm, we will.
Wow, really?
Wow.
What was that?
Oh, we got to do it again. If you agree to that, say we will.
That's better.
That's better. I was wondering there for a minute.
They love us so
Yeah,
much.
I heard crickets. Yeah. You can be seated. Now we've come to the part of the ceremony where you're going to say your vows to one another. But before you do that, I ask you to remember that love, which is grounded in faith, trust, and acceptance, will be the foundation of an abiding and deepening relationship. No other ties are more tender, no other vows are more sacred than the ones you're about to assume. If you're able to keep the vows you take today, not because of any religious or civic law, but out of a desire to love and be loved by another person fully, without limitation, then your life will have joy, and the home you establish will be a place in which you both find direction for your growth and your freedom and your responsibility. Now, Danny, would you share with Jaimie your vows?
I wrote them on a piece of paper. You had to put them in. So.
That's very modern.
Yeah.
Very
I'm trying to
technical.
catch up with the times. Piper, do you want to sit with the girls or no? You can go sit with the girls if you want and blow bubbles. There's bubbles on your seat.
Before we both met, we pretty much gave up on love, but ever since the first time we came down, we had an instant connection. I believe we are as strong as a knot or a tied knot, and think we can make it through anything, and that we have truly saved each other. I love you with every beat of my heart.
Very good. Now, Jaimie, would you share with Danny your vows?
From the very first time I looked into your beautiful eyes, I knew you were different. You are the very first person in my life who has loved me unconditionally for exactly the mess that I am. You are the best partner a girl could ever dream of having in her life or sharing her life with. My promise to you is my unconditional love and support. I promise to always respect you and be faithful. I promise to always be right by your side through whatever our crazy life throws our way. And most of all, I promise to never walk away. I love you.
Very good. Now, you have rings.
We do.
Okay. Would you take Jaimie's ring and put it on the fourth finger of her left hand and repeat after me? I
No,
give
wiggle
you
it.
this ring
Ow!
Oh,
Don't
sorry.
push it. Wiggle.
I
Okay.
give you this ring
as a daily reminder
as a daily reminder
of my love for you.
of my love for you.
And that ring's not coming off.
No, that we won't. That's right.
Now, Jaimie, would you put Danny's ring on the fourth finger of his left hand?
Finger.
That's it. And repeat after me. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a daily
as
reminder
a daily reminder
of my love for you.
of my love for you.
Very good. Now, as a symbol of the vows they've made and the relationship they're building, Danny and Jaimie are going to pour sand from two individual containers into a common container. Now, understand, just like those grains of sand you pour can never be separated, your relationship will be so intertied and interconnected that it will be never separated.
Yep.
We come over with us.
Thank you.
Come back over.
Open your bubbles. Okay.
The shoes, huh?
Yeah, no, it wasn't working. I just stepped over my dress.
Now, by the power of your love and commitment, and the power vested in me by the glorious Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I now pronounce you to be husband and wife. You may kiss one another. And it is with great pleasure, and you may turn, that I introduce for the very first time in human history, Danny and Jaimie DuBrock.
You can blow your bubbles. Blow your bubbles. Oh, really?